Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So, in theory, we are done. The only quests left are counting Council of Stars, Court of the Penitents, and the Trials of Durance that we will be stick with till the end of times. But I was told to check on Zawa,
Zawa is ready.
because apparently I missed something with him.
What do you need of Zawa?
I want to know more about your beliefs.
The ways of the Nalpazka can make little sense to an outsider.
Who are the Nalpazka?
We are the warriors of the Takan. Nobles, peasants, it does not matter. We are souls caged in flesh, nothing more. But it is one thing to say it, another to know it. So we train until we know it, or until we meet our ends. I give this answer because it is what you wanted, but the Nalpazka would say different. They would say that we are nothing at all.
What do the Nalpazka seek? Zawa studies the horizon. He smiles as if at a pleasant thought, and does not look at you as he speaks.
Perfection.
He lets the word hang in a moment, as though it were an invocation.
Look around you. The world is perfect. Every being, every moment, every death.
He frowns and shakes his head.
Rarely do we see this. We stumble through life, lost in distractions. Every practice of the Nalpazka is a reminder to stop stumbling, to know the perfection.
How can you say the world is perfect?
You think the world imperfect? Most would agree. Most would say the world is imperfect because we suffer. They imagine a world without suffering and dream of living there, and suffer all the more for it.
Beneath Zawa's calm expression, a deep fervor begins to glow like fanned embers.
This is their mistake. The world is perfect. It was created by a boundless wisdom. It is for us to learn why a perfect world requires that we suffer.
When we met, you said you were freeing yourself from vanity.
Vanity is a snare that roots us to the ground. The way we see ourselves, the way others see us, these things are not real. They cannot be touched. The Nalpazka teachings reveal many such snares. Fear, pleasure, doubt, hatred. They hold us back if we let ourselves be caught.
And what happens if you can avoid being caught?
Then you see only what is truly there, and you suffer no longer. You become as a god, seeing things as they do.
Zawa speaks as one recalling a fantastic dream.
If you can loose yourself from the snares, then you are free.
Tell me about your scars.
I meet people on the road, and they pity me. I have come to find it endearing. They see so many scars, and they wonder, how can the man beneath not be broken?
He runs his fingers over the puckered remnants of a gash on his left forearm.
A scar is a wound that heals, a living reminder of our power over suffering. They cause no pain, only the echo of pain, which cannot hurt you. Show me a scarred man, and I will show you a man who can overcome.
Why had you eaten snowcap when we met?
The Malkachoa? At any time, it is rare that I have not eaten some. When you first try it, it seems a beautiful fantasy. You see colors you have never seen, meet creatures that are not there. With practice, you see that all it does is show you reality, the essence of all things, how they are alike and connected. I have watched trees grow and wilt before me. I have tasted meat and known the animal's life as if it were mine.
He leans in conspiratorially.
But the Malkachoa often causes the stomach to empty with great violence, so it is not for everyone.
Tell me again, why is it you think we should suffer?
If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it. I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither. But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements. Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us, their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel.
His eyes gleam as though looking up an old and beloved friend.
I would gladly cast light upon them. You would ask much of one who knows little.
Where did you learn how to fight?
Most Takan have two choices. They can grow crops, or they can become Nalpazka warriors. I was the youngest of 5, a dreamer. The Nalpazka were always in my thoughts. They did not feel the same about me. 3 times I tried to join their ranks. 3 times I was refused.
Why were you refused?
All that time spent dreaming, and I had not thought to prepare. I was lazy, uncoordinated, overweight. If they had not refused me, what shame I might have brought to them.
But they accepted you eventually.
They had no choice. Our high priestess had a vision.
Let me guess. Malkachoa.
Malkachoa, plus some other shit, knowing her. No one put on a better ceremony than she did.
What did she see?
She saw me as chieftain, leading a host of Nalpazka warriors to victory over our enemies, the Kachmatl.
The last word twists in his mouth as though he had eaten something spoiled.
Our last chieftain had died over the winter. A new one had not yet arisen from the Nalpazka. So the timing was right. The next day they brought me before Ishipilo, the great master of the Nalpazka, and I became his pupil.
And this Ishipilo taught you everything you know now?
I still trained with the other instructors, sparred and meditated with my Nalpazka brothers and sisters. I learned from all of them. But learning from Ishipilo was a chieftain's privilege. He knew the secrets that could grant mastery over reality, invincibility in combat. When a Nalpazka was deemed a worthy successor to a chieftain, greater than all his peers, Ishipilo would take him in, prepare him for the future. I would not be as I am now without his lessons.
You said your teacher knew how to master reality. Did you learn his secrets? Zawa opens his mouth to speak, but only a slow exhalation escapes. He looks at you, frowning, and tries again.
Not all of them.
What is it your master never taught you?
When I was brought to him, I knew how unworthy I was. But if he disapproved, he never showed it. In my shame, I gave him everything I had. He tutored me for 7 years, and in that time I became greater than the rest. Then the day came when he was to teach me the final secret of the Anitle. This is the unbeatable warrior all Takan chieftains must become to protect our people. Ishipilo never showed. I found him in his study, meditating, or perhaps staring off. I couldn't say. Master, I said, is it time for me to learn to be the Anitle? Not yet, he said. And that was all.
Zawa's mouth barely moves as he speaks.
He never gave me another lesson. A year later, he was dead of old age. They named me chieftain anyway.
Maybe he was testing you.
I thought so as well. I tried everything. Patience, rage, cleverness, acceptance. Not yet, he would say. Not yet.
Someone else must have been able to teach you.
At any time, 2 people know the secret of becoming the Anitle, the chieftain and the master of the Nalpazka. When Ishipilo died, the knowledge was lost to us forever.
You seem to have managed in spite of that.
Have I? You would ask much of one who knows little.
What happened after you became chieftain?
Word of Ishipilo's death spread. Our enemies saw the opportunity. The Ketchmodel chieftain came with gifts to honor my rule, but his real purpose was to look me in the eye, to know if Zawa might be beaten. I looked at him, and I imagined that I was the Anitle, free of all the worldly snares, that my master had taught me everything. When he turned to leave, I saw he wore a secret smile, and I knew I had failed. 3 days later, they attacked. They were many times greater than our numbers. They had been trying to conquer us for generations, and the Takan chieftain had always sent them running. The power of the Anitle. In my heart, I knew we would lose, and it would be because I was not the Anitle.
What did you do?
What we had always done. I gathered my Nalpazga warriors and led a charge into the belly of their army. The Nalpazga believed Zawa was the Anitle, and it gave them strength. For their sakes, for Takan, I believed it too. My mind found a place it had never reached before. I could see my enemies' moves before they made them. I could see my own actions in front of me, the path to victory. I did as I saw, and the Ketchmodel fell in heaps. And then the Ketchmodel chieftain came to face me, and he knew Zawa was not the Anitle. When I saw him, I knew it too. I hesitated. My enemies fell upon me. One by one, the Nalpazga were defeated, and Takan was conquered.
What became of your people? Zawa takes a slow breath.
Of the men, they made slaves. Of the women, they made wives. Their way is to absorb the conquered, make them forget themselves.
If Ketchmodel defeated you, how did you survive?
They take you alive if you are a chieftain. They break your body and your spirit. Then they show you to their people and to yours, broken. After that, they cut off your head so that they may drink your soul from it.
He flicks his fingertips casually across his throat. But you got out of it.
Oh no, they did all of those things to me. They flayed me until my screams became whispers, until I no longer knew who I was, and my only hope was to die soon. But they didn't stop, and that was their mistake. In my lowest moment, I released my grip on many worldly things I had come to embrace since my master's death. The pain made the world clear again. They brought me out to be executed, not knowing any better. They swung the machete down upon my neck, but it would not cleave. Each hack of the knife brought great pain, and the pain showed me glimpses of pure truth. For a moment at a time, I was the Anitle. I broke my bonds by seeing beyond them. I slew my executioner by knowing I would slay him.
Were you able to free your people after that? All at once, Zawa seems to deflate.
No. When the pain faded, so did my enlightenment. But it was enough to make my escape. I swore to return when my soul was ready to defeat the Ketchmodel. When I had rediscovered my master's lost secrets.
You said you swore to return to liberate your people. Did you ever free them?
No. I searched my empty homeland for any trace of Ishipilo's knowledge, but I knew he had left none. It would have been too dangerous. When that failed, I began searching the land to see if knowledge of the Anitle had come from abroad. I visited temples and monasteries. All the while, Zawa was trying to find the answer within himself as well. Meditation, Malkachoa, 1,000 practices he had learned as Nalpazga or dreamed on his own. He becomes nearer to the Anitle every day, but his soul is not free. He is not the Anitle.
Why not try to free them anyway, if you're close?
The final step is the difference between invincibility and certain failure. Ketchmodel has only grown over time, swallowed all its rivals. It would take no less than the Anitle to free and protect the Takan now.
What if you die without rediscovering your master's knowledge?
Then the Takan will be no worse off than they are now. But they do deserve better.
Is there any way I can help? Perhaps there is. In my journey to Stalwart, I passed through a place that put my soul on edge. I don't know what it was about the place, but I had intended to return there after I had fulfilled my pledge to Stalwart's mayor. The answers I search for are now with the soul, and such resonances should not be ignored. I believe the locals call the place Whitestone Hollow. It lies east of Stalwart. I would return there and explore its energy, if we should pass that way.
You would ask much of one who knows little.
Okay, well, we can finally do something with him. Whitestone Hall. So there's that left to be done. Still. For some reason, I don't know why, it completely messed my mind.
There is a spirit lion there, just ahead. Can you see it, Watcher?
Those wide-pupilled eyes tracked the movement of some unseen animal.
The lion was the symbol of my master, Ishipilo. This is a sign. Has he come here at last to teach me what he would not in life? To be the Anitle?
What do you propose we do?
I have some herbs prepared, malkachoa, plus some things I've been saving. We should eat them so we can meet with the lion in its world. It would be my honor if you would come with me on this journey. A watcher may see things that I cannot.
Very well. Zoa looks to the rest of the party.
That goes for everyone. I would welcome the presence of friends.
He pours a scattering of leaves and mushrooms into a cupped hand and holds them out for the others to inspect.
Diverus, you can't be serious.
Maybe I could just inhale a few of the spores.
There are simpler ways to understand the world, monk. A single stroke of my staff would do, but very well.
No better friend than one sharing good drugs.
Are you ready?
Yes, let's begin. Zoa distributes his mix of herbs, keeping a generous amount for himself. The plants give off a variety of strong, conflicting odors, some sweet, some acrid, and at least one that induces immediate sneezing. Their appearances are largely unfamiliar to you. You drop a handful of the mixture into your mouth and chew. The taste is dull and earthy at first, but within moments of chewing, it becomes powerfully sour, then sweet like nectar, and then it begins to take on a new character that's unlike anything you've ever eaten before. Your vision swims, and you see the world in a different, more vibrant spectrum. Zoa takes one look at your expression and laughs.
You are ready.
Oh yes,
I'm
we
ready.
are.
Do not let the lion escape us.
Hey, easy.
Is that flower singing? No. Stay focused, Zawa.
A lone spirit hovers back and forth, agitated, muttering. I can learn from them, from their mistakes. Their failures have revealed the path to me, and I am very close. The spirit points to a scattered collection of maimed and contorted bodies distributed around a stone pedestal. Something odd registers in your mind about the corpses, and then the realization dawns. They all appear to belong to the same person.
I wouldn't be so sure.
What are you getting close to?
On that pedestal you see before you, I placed a gem for safekeeping. You have never seen such a perfect gem. I regretted leaving it behind almost immediately. It has been my every waking thought ever since.
Why do you want it?
It is all I have left of something that was important to me.
Very important, by the look of it.
I might be able to get it for you. The spirit seems to consider this. Wisps of essence dart in and out of its shape like bolts of electricity.
That would be most welcome.
What is this that so many have died to approach it?
I don't feel I need to loot them. Stay alive.
Were you able to retrieve the gem?
Get the immunity yet. You know what? I'll go alone.
Were you able to retrieve the gem?
Yes, I have it here. The spirit pulses excitedly with light and warmth.
This is a great relief. Give it here.
The spirit extends claw-like translucent hands towards you, cupped together, and when you let the gem drop, it passes through the spirit's hands and lands on the ground.
Clumsy. No need to worry, I've got it now.
The spirit crouches to pick up the gem. It scoops at the gem but cannot make contact with it. It does so over and over.
This is a snare my master never told me of. How great, how subtle the hold of the past upon us.
Let's keep moving. An old shaman hunches over a translucent table. Paint is streaked on either side of her eyes like flames. She casts an assortment of strange objects into the table. A finger bone, a steel-geared tooth, a turtle shell, a few stones painted with symbols. She studies them over and over with disbelieving eyes. At last, she looks up.
There is no mistake. The portents do not lie. Zawa, you will be our chieftain. You will succeed Ishapino and lead us to victory over the Ketchmata. I will tell Ishapino that he must accept you. The path must be cleared for your reign.
Oh, this is also Still breathing heavily, Zawa appears deep in port. He notices your glance.
The shaman's vision always stayed with me. After my master had passed, even after the Takan were conquered, I thought of what the shaman had said and held on to hope. But I wonder if it did not also make me proud and foolhardy. If I ignored my own defeat because I did not believe it possible.
The Takana aren't defeated yet. You're still here.
Zawa has done his people no favors as chieftain, and the Ketchmata would mock your words. But what you say is true, nevertheless.
I'm ready.
Do we keep going this way or... I think so. I don't know if those markers are of any significance.
There! I see it!
Where? An antelope stands gingerly on the muddy grass. Its fur is matted and stained dark around the deep oozing gash of its left haunch.
Have you come here to eat me?
We are not here to eat you, but you are easy prey. Is there nowhere you can hide?
The beasts of this place would catch my scent. I would not get far. But there may be a way I could be protected. A great tree grows to the north, whose sap has an odor that is repellent to predators. If you could draw this sap and rub it into my coat, I would be safe. I could heal and return to my herd.
Whereas you heal this.
I could heal this beast watcher, but not in the way that the monk would want.
I would ask neither kind of healing, as neither has any lesson to offer. Keep to your own trial, Durance, and I will keep to mine.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of interfering. I await the sound of broken bonds or a broken back. There is a music to both if you listen for it.
Where is this tree?
To the north, beside a cave. You will not find a larger tree in the forest. Gallowayne speed your steps.
Interesting.
Oh, diving helmet? Can we now go underwater?
Did you see where it went?
I'll come back here in a moment.
We are too late. The wolves have come. It was a mistake to leave the animal here, unprotected.
We did what we thought would give it the greatest chance of survival.
That is difficult to accept. In my heart, it feels as though there was more we could have done. In the end, though, the wolves would have come. They can smell weakness from great distances. We may have been bound for failure from the start.
An unusually tall man with brown leather skin and regal carriage bows to Zawa.
Chief Aurelia, why are you here?
I come on behalf of the Ketchmals to pay you tribute, great chieftain.
Tendons bulge at the sides of Zawa's neck, and his fists are clenched. For the first time since you met him, he appears to be on the brink of losing control. He speaks through gritted teeth.
You have come to see if I am ready to protect my people.
The Ketchmatl chieftain smiles, baring glistening teeth.
Well, are you?
Of course. But yes, I believe that if we left someone with the antelope, it could have been safe. Zawa contemplates the body of his enemy.
When the Ketchmotl chieftain saw me, he knew I was not prepared to resist him. If I had been more convincing, I have always believed they would not have attacked.
They would have come for you sooner or later.
Zawa sees this now. This was the life of the Takan. We lived knowing that one day the wolves would come. And finally, the day came when we were wounded and could not escape them.
I'm ready.
Now let's go back to the hanged man. I didn't know he was hanged. Haggard, sorry. This man's face is weather beaten and his eyes are sunken deep into his skull. His body is scarcely more than a string of bones. He speaks with great effort, his voice dry and grainy.
Will you help me? What?
From the waterfall, please.
Why from the waterfall? Why not the pond? The man shakes his head sadly.
It appears to be the same in every way, but alas, it only makes my thirst greater. Only water from the waterfall will do. I wish it were not so.
I can carry you over to the waterfall, then you can drink from the source.
I have tried, but the water eludes me. I open my mouth and it falls only on either side. I place cupped hands beneath and pull them out dry. Only the first time was I able to taste it. Never have I tasted anything so pure. Ever since, I have not been able to bring myself to leave. I wish only to taste it once more. That would be enough.
I'll see what I can do. He nods and thanks, and offers you a water skin lying beside him.
You will need this to collect the water. I will be forever grateful.
But this time I'll take
Zawa is ready.
I will go with Zawa to the waterfall. Oh, the water flows upwards. Water flows from a pool at your feet upward onto the rocks above, as though time itself were flowing in reverse. It sounds more like a stream than a waterfall. Use a minute. The column of water is clear and pure. Its flow is steady but not torrential. Other than the direction of its course, it seems ordinary. You place the skin in the water and immerse it, filling steadily. Almost immediately, the water around your hands begins to roil and hiss. You feel an excruciating, burning pain as the water begins to eat away at the skin of your fingers. Yank the head back. In your rush to pull away, the water skin slips from your fingers and lands in the pool. Zawa lunges for it and snatches it up before the waterfall can carry it skyward. Without hesitating, he thrusts it back into the waterfall, smiling placidly as the water boils away his flesh. He breathes in a relaxed sigh, like relieving himself. When the water skin is full, he pulls it back out and corks it. Your hand, in the meantime, appears to be perfectly intact. There is not a mark upon it. The whole trail appears to have been an illusion.
Zawa?
Have you had any success?
We were able to capture some water, yes.
Wonderful! I've waited so long.
His fingers tremble with excitement as he closes his hand around the stopper and slowly twists it. The stopper comes free suddenly and flies from his hands, crippled by a violent burst of steam.
Oh no.
He opens the water skin, holding it above his lips, but not a single drop that falls. He shakes it, twists it, squeezes it, all to no avail. The water is gone.
Given his history, I am surprised he had not foreseen this possibility. He longs not for the water, but for the experience of first tasting it. He is bound for disappointment. His suffering is very pretty, yet it feels empty. What value does it have if he refuses to learn from it? Can he not see that he seeks something that can never be recovered?
I'm ready.
Ishapilo sits meditating. He opens his eyes and looks at Zawa.
Hello, pupil. You come to me with a question, do you not?
He coughs, dry as desert sand. Zawa stares at him, his mouth quivering faintly.
Yes, Ishipilo. I have sought your wisdom across many lands, over many years. Are you here to grant it to me?
Yes, pupil. I am here for you.
Our people are captives of the Ketchmotl. I need to know the secrets of the Anitle.
Of course. The answer has been with you the whole time, pupil. You are blind not to...
Master, please,
I cannot hear you.
Zawa steadies him by the shoulders, but Ishapillo's cough only worsens. Dust pours from his lips by the mouthful.
Answer me!
Zawa's hands tighten around Ishapillo's frail body. He shakes Ishapillo, but the coughing continues. He shakes him again, and in Zawa's hand, Ishapillo turns to dust. It scatters instantly to the winds. Zawa looks at the dust on his hands, holding them cupped as if to preserve some vital piece of his master's wisdom. Despite his best efforts, the winds carry off the remains, leaving him with nothing. He frowns.
Even after his death, I have always felt that when the time was right, Ishapillo would find a way to teach me his secret. And yet here we are on his trail, and his knowledge is no less a mystery to me. Is this what I am meant to see? That his teachings will always be beyond me?
There is more to the Tekhan than Ishapillo's teachings.
You speak truly, but his knowledge is the difference between a free Tekhan and an enslaved Tekhan. Zawa cannot help but seek it.
Zawa shakes his head and smiles bitterly.
I have been caught in a snare, worrying over things that could not be changed. These visions shame me with their truths. Ishapillo never warned me of this, but I should have seen it sooner. I have become a slave to knowledge I will never learn. I have denied all my failures. Yet, I feel no different, no freer than I was. There is something I am missing, even now. This may be our answer. Let us see what has been uncovered.
Yes, that may be it.
You must come with me at once.
Zawa, you should not be here. If you are caught, they will execute you, and they will not fail twice.
I do not care about my life, Namaltia. I come to liberate the Tekhan. We will unite and revolt.
And who will you unite? Our men are dead or broken. Their labors were too cruel. Our women are mothers to catch model children now. The Tekhan live only in your mind.
Zawa stands in silence, staring where the apparitions had been. Did that really happen?
Some years ago, Zawa considered that he might never learn Ishapillo's secret. But he had vowed to return to his people. And so he did. He journeyed to Ketchmotl, and while their warriors were off raiding, he spoke to the surviving Tekhan he found there.
What was that about?
An argument Zawa had with someone once. Nothing came of it.
Who was that woman?
She was a Nalpazga warrior, eldest daughter of the shaman. She would have been, the wife of the Tekhan chieftain, if the Tekhan had not fallen.
You never told me. For once, Zawa seems unable to meet your gaze.
Zawa has never spoken of it to anyone.
His face is tense, his skin lacking its usual smoothness. He looks old.
He waited too long in returning. If there was a time to liberate his people, it passed long ago, while he searched for the secret of the Anitle.
There had to have been something you could have done.
This has been my thinking all these many years, but I see now that I was caught in a snare. The gem, the antelope, the waterfall. Their lessons were not about Ishapillo's secrets. They were about my vow to return to the Tekhan.
He is quiet again. His eyes search the ground, then seem to fix on something. We look down, but see only a small worm burrowing into the earth near his feet. He stares in the direction for a time. Then, slowly, he looks up at you.
The time of my people has ended. There is nothing more I can do for them.
The Tekan lived. The culture of the Tekan and their Neralpaska warriors still exists within you. You can still carry it forward.
Their time on Aora was too brief. There is much the rest of the world might have learned from them. Much that I might yet share.
Zawa looks around and smiles flatly.
The dream fades around us. I believe it is time to return.
The brilliant colors around you seem to dull. Shifting objects settle into their true forms. Zawa appears the same as he always has. The same shredded skin, the same fluid posture. Only the look in his eyes has changed. And Zawa was granted annually.
Yes?
What does that mean? Let's see. Plus 10% attack speed.
I'm ready.
Okay, and with that I'll end this part, and the next one will be the end, I believe. So for now, thank you very much. Stay alive and see you soon. Bye.